Gonna take you down, deep down to the front line. You woke up this morning, got yourself a gun.
Hi everybody, this is Miss Bomey, and as you can see, I'm in the kitchen. Today I've got a recipe for you. Nope, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. Yes, I have my hockey apron on. It's called Cheesy Brat Stew, and it's for your crock-pot slow cooker. Now I've got two going here because one is going to be the original recipe that I'm going to follow, and the other one is for KB because he has to have hot sausage. Just saying. So, anyways, let me tell you about the ingredients. The ingredients are 6 bratwurst links browned and cut into 1/2-inch slices, which we have here, our sausage. And then, of course, KB's got the Italian sausage. You're going to want 4 medium potatoes. Again, I have doubled the recipe because I'm making 2 batches instead of 1. 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion. I like a little bit of onion, so I'm going to put some more onion in there than what it calls for. Also, you're going to need 1 can of green beans. And then also you're going to need a can of cream of mushroom soup. You're going to need 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese and 2/3 cup of water. Now, you can use any kind of sausage that you like to taste. The cheese, that can vary as well. I went with sharp cheddar this time. You could do whatever that you like. And then what basically you're going to do is just place everything in your crock pot. You're going to put it on medium if medium is an option on your crock pot. Mine does not have that, so I'll be using the low setting on both of these. The cook time should take about 3 hours, but I'm guessing more like 4 because of it being on low. But the way to tell that it's done is when your potatoes obviously are tender. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and get the first crock pot going here. What I got in there? I'm going to go ahead and add like half these potatoes. I probably have a little extra potato because somebody, no names mentioned, wanted to make sure that we had enough potatoes. I don't know, I think it's an Irish thing or something. More potatoes. Just saying. Whoops. Okay, that looks to be about half right there, and then the rest will go in the other crock pot. Like again, I said I'm using more onion than what it calls for because I like the flavor of onion. So I'm going to go ahead and add my onion. Just a couple handfuls like this. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. Okay. And then you're going to do 1 red pepper. Put that in your crock pot as well. Mix that in with a little bit of onion. So I can't just get the pepper. Okay. Then go ahead and add your sausage. And it doesn't really matter what order that you're going to put this into your crock pot. You want to make sure that your sausage that you pick is going to be at least cut a 1/2 inch or a little bit thicker. Okay? Just keep that in mind when you're doing the prep for this. The prep time takes about 15 minutes, by the way. Make sure that you drain your green beans. Go ahead and add those in there too. And then go ahead and add 2 cups of cheese, which is the whole package, by the way. I like these recipes. You can make them to your own. Alright. And 1 can of cream of mushroom. Now I will tell you that this has got a pretty high sodium content. But I did find that they do have reduced sodium cream of mushroom soup. So that kind of helps with your sodium content. Put that in there just like that. So we can get all of this out of the can. Come on out of there. Well, I don't know how many of you are watching the football, the Super Bowl, but I'm not watching at all this year. I can't really recall the last time that I ever really did watch the Super Bowl. When was the last time that we watched the Super Bowl? I think it's been a while, huh? Let me just rinse this out.
I usually scan in and out for the commercials.
I know, that's always like the big thing the next day at work. Everybody talks about the commercials. It's all about the commercials, I think, more than the game.
You know, I'm
2/3 cup of water.
I'm personally a little turned off by the idiots, along with the football commissioner, who said, you know, if they want to protest, they should be able to. Well, so can I.
How much is, where am I? What am I doing? 2/3 cup of water.
I'd rather watch Family Guy instead.
You'd rather watch Family Guy instead? Do I have that? No.
Or the Puppy Bowl. Puppy Bowl's
Isn't
on
the Puppy Bowl before the game?
I guess I'm around the same time. They're expecting a record turnout because of all the D-bags that have made comments this year, that the professional football players protesting America.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I guess that's their God-given right, is to go ahead and put it out there, whatever they want to say. But my mom always told me, be careful about the words that you choose, because someday it can come back to haunt you.
Oh, like Johnny Watson says, he was willing to fight and die for those rights for free speech.
I'm going to cover this up. And before I
Doesn't mean you have to like it.
Before I cover this up, though, better get this plugged in.
You know, that does help. I've noticed.
I thought I had it plugged in already. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on low. And I'm just going to kind of give this a little bit of a stir.
Give it a tussle.
Give it a tussle. Give it a tussle.
Give it a little tussle.
And we'll get the other microwave. Oh,
Wow.
boy.
Hello.
Hello. We'll get the other crock pot going here in just a minute. All right. This looks like it's going to be a good combination. It's a little bit different take on their traditional beef stew, by the way. And any of the ingredients that I've added in here, that's something that might not you like to have. You might not. Whoa.
Wow.
Rewind.
Who's drinking?
No, I haven't had any wine. Maybe I should. If there's any of the ingredients in here that you might not like, feel free to use something that you think that would taste better.
Just do whatever you want. You're going to anyway.
All right, I'm going to put the cover on this one. I turn that on low, and I put that one aside. Did you put your sausage in there already?
Oh, yeah.
No, brother. And I'm just going to repeat this over here. I don't know if you can see this. I don't have an overhead cam. Still kind of working on that, trying to figure something out. Yeah, the other thing that I should mention too, like if you're going to choose a sausage much like what Eric did, make sure to pre-cook it a little bit before putting it into the crock pot. At least enough where you can get it to be brown. And I'm just kind of mixing the onion and the green pepper in here. And I know you like onion too, Eric, so I'm not going to put a little bit in there. I'm putting in a little bit more than what it normally calls for. Okay, now we're going to get the beans and the cream of mushroom soup again, and we're going to repeat this process. It's going to be interesting to see how yours is going to taste.
Better.
So you say. I'm I'm sure that whatever sausage that you decide to use, it's going to give it a bit of a different flavor than what the recipe calls for. And I have to say, this is the first time that I kind of actually stuck to the recipe and didn't really make any major changes to it. Shocking, isn't it? This is a good meal to have on a cold day, and it's something a little bit different, like I said, than your traditional beef stew. Get the rest of this out of here. Boy, this is really thick.
Did she say?
There we go. And our cheese. And then 2/3 cup of water in this one too. Here we go. Pour that in there. Stir this one up a little bit too. Can't do it as much because this one's a little bit smaller. And you'll notice that for Eric's I used a little bit less sausage, I think, than what I had in the regular crock pot. There we go. Put the cover on that, turn that on low, and we are good to go. Okay. So that's it. Everything goes right in the crock pot. Something simple, something easy. Leftovers for the next day would be great for lunch, don't you think?
Sure. Here you go.
What?
Something blue.
For what?
Oh, that's a wedding. Never mind. I thought it was a crock pot meal.
Okay, I can't talk, and apparently KB has lost it to the point where he doesn't know what we're doing anymore. Alrighty then.
Bourbon review.
Yeah, we got that to do yet too. That'll be next.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Because we're in the universe where you do a bourbon review right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's it. We'll be back. Well, for you in a short amount of time. For us, not so short amount of time. And we'll show you what the final product looks like once it's all done. All right, back in a bit. Okay, back in the kitchen, and as you can see, these are, well, you can't see because they got the lids on, but I'm going to take the lids off. These are done now. It took longer than anticipated. It took a total of 6 hours rather than 3 hours. Maybe would have cut the time down if I would have made the potato cubes a little bit smaller. So I'm hoping that you can see this. So that's what it looks like finished. And then this one's Eric's. I'm going to put the lid back on this one and move this off to the side for the moment. And I'm going to get a bowl. And I'm going to have you taste this. And I'm using your concoction here with the sausage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can smell that. It does have the consistency of stew, that's for sure. And I hope everybody can see that. That's what it looks like once it's done. Here, give her a whirl.
I try to
Get a little bit of everything on there.
burning the crap out of my mouth.
And you might want to put a little salt and pepper on there to taste too, by the way. I didn't do that. How is it?
That's very good. It's very good. I like that because look at it. It's not runny.
No. I think the consistency is just at the right amount because you want it to more look like a stew rather than a soup.
I could eat more, but I know this is dinner, so I'll just leave it right there so I can eat with you. But this is very good. The difference between the two of them is this has a 5 times hot Italian sausage that we got from our friends Amanda and Billy at Ganucci's. I was going to add a little bit of the death sauce from Josh, but the sausage is adding just the right amount of heat. I don't want to wreck it. I really like it. Is it fair to call that the gravy?
Yeah, I guess I would call it the gravy because it's. But it does look like a cheesy stew. That's for sure.
It does. You could almost eat it with a fork. That's really good.
I think that's something that I would make again. This is something too that you could make ahead of time if you wanted to, and just store it in your fridge overnight and then heat it up the next day and have it for dinner. There's enough.
Like say lunch tomorrow.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say there's enough in the crock pots for lunch tomorrow for sure. The recipe says that it serves about 6, just to let you know how many servings that does actually contain. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. It's something simple, and like I said, some of the ingredients that I put in there, maybe you're not all about the beans, maybe you want peas or something else. It's nice because you can kind of make it your own to taste. So that's it for now. I hope everybody has a good week. Until then, this is Miss Bomey saying good night, good eats, wherever you are.